30 minutes left. Archangel Michael and Jesus says, a letter with shocking news about your inheritance is arriving. You will not believe who sent it. Open it quickly. Archangel Michael says, this is your final warning before everything turns. A letter is moving closer to your home as we speak. It holds something that was hidden from you for years, and the person who sent it is the one you least expect. For 18 years, this truth was kept buried under lies, sealed behind silence, and masked by forced smiles. The moment you open it, your life will be divided into two parts, before the letter and after the letter. The clock is ticking, and you only have 30 minutes left to know everything before the others try to block you again. A woman who used to visit your home, often dressed in gold and perfume, was one of the key reasons this letter never reached you before. She made a promise with a man in a brown suit to delay your destiny, but something happened this morning that shook their plan to the core. Archangel Michael says, the person who mailed the letter knew they had to move fast. They disguised the envelope in plain wrapping, handwrote your name in blue ink, and delivered it through a private courier so it wouldn't be intercepted. It was sent not with guilt, but with trembling hands and truth, long overdue. You need to know this. Your name is written as the only rightful heir in a document signed by someone who passed away under mysterious circumstances. The signature was hidden in a vault under the name Project L19. The vault was forced open 3 days ago after a divine signal was triggered. The person behind this reveal is no ordinary person. They are tied to your bloodline, and yet never told you the truth to protect you. But now their health is deteriorating, and they couldn't carry this secret into the grave. A stranger you met once in a hospital hallway is not who they appeared to be. That person was a hired messenger, watching your reactions and collecting information on whether you were ready for the truth. When you looked away, they called someone and said they are still blind to the blessing. Comment below if you feel a sudden chill or warmth while reading this. That is not imagination. It is confirmation. Inside the letter is a set of photos. You will see one that was taken when you were only 4, standing next to someone who was removed from your life too early. That photo was used as proof in a court filing that was kept hidden in the shadows of a courtroom. There are fingerprints on that photo, yours and someone else's. A forensic scan revealed them yesterday, and it matches the DNA of a man who was declared missing, not dead. This man wanted you to have everything. Top payment to get blessing 333. This inheritance is more than money. It is land, property, shares, and a gold vault locked in a private European bank. The access key was coded in an old watch that you once thought was broken. But someone kept fixing that watch without your knowledge. In a hidden camera footage retrieved from a storage unit, a woman can be seen talking to the watch while holding your photo. She was whispering something that resembles an ancient protection prayer in a forgotten language. Her identity is being decoded right now. The letter includes a passcode that must be entered at exactly 3:33 a.m. for a digital safe to open. If missed, the opportunity will expire for 9 more years. The person who timed this made sure it aligned with your spiritual alignment. Inside the safe are not just legal files, but personal journals. One page is marked, "Don't let them turn you into what you are not." The page is stained with both wine and tears. It is written in your father's handwriting. Here is a clause in the inheritance titled, "Only if the truth is revealed." That clause was the reason the assets were frozen. A woman tried claiming them, but her voice print did not match the registered audio logs. Comment below if your ears feel heavy or buzzing. The frequency shift is real. Someone reported the incoming letter to the old woman in black. She laughed but immediately stopped when her mirror cracked on its own. She now knows the angels have activated divine protection around you. You may find a folded napkin inside the letter. It looks ordinary, but hidden under its crease is a symbol that unlocks more than you understand. That symbol is currently appearing in ancient caves around the world, connected to chosen bloodlines. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The person who sent you the letter has used an alias before, once in 2006. And again in 2017, they were blocked from reaching you each time by 3 people who now live in separate cities, but are still watching you. These people are about to face spiritual interrogation. A man who owns a red car has followed the postal van to track the delivery. He doesn't want you to read the contents, but an unexpected event has delayed him. His tires were slashed by invisible hands. Archangel Michael says the letter is now just 2 turns away from your block. A bird you saw earlier was circling not because of confusion, but protection. You are being shielded so that nothing distracts you from reading that paper. Another woman is currently trying to pose as your relative to intercept the delivery. She has submitted forged documents to a lawyer in an attempt to reclaim what is yours. But her attempt will be nullified once you read line 7 of page 3 inside the letter. A psychic who doesn't know you dreamt your full name last night. She woke up and called the number written in a mirror during her vision. That number led to a voicemail recording left by your real relative who said, "If you are hearing this, tell them the time is now." Comment below if you feel goosebumps or tingling fingers. These are divine signs. A man wearing gloves and sunglasses is pacing near the courier hub. He is not a delivery person. He is someone trying to confuse the driver by pretending to be you. The envelope has an invisible watermark that glows under moonlight. That watermark contains coordinates. Those coordinates lead to the place where your family once lived before they vanished. Your inheritance was supposed to be handed to you when you turned 21, but a file labeled Delay Protocol, Phase 9, stopped it. That file was signed by someone who claimed to love you. Their name has been redacted. Until now, I payment to get blessing 555. You once received a random flower bouquet on your birthday. Inside was a card with no name, only a symbol. That same symbol is on the seal of the letter, approaching now, in the courthouse of a forgotten town. A judge signed the release papers without knowing the true beneficiary. His signature will be reversed once you confirm your identity through the unique item attached to the letter. A charm once worn by your mother. The charm was declared lost 12 years ago. Yet it reappeared inside a safe during a police raid at a woman's house last week. She claimed she found it on the street. She lied. The key to unlocking your full inheritance is remembering the name whispered in your dreams recently. That name holds weight in the documents. Without it, the codes will not activate. Comment if the name just flashed in your mind. It is not coincidence. Your face was recently analyzed in an AI scan used to detect heirs. You passed with 100% match rate to someone who left behind an empire. That empire is now under transfer. Type payment to get blessing 222. The security seal on the letter can only be broken by the true heir's energy. If anyone else opens it, the contents will erase. That is why they are desperate to stop you. Inside the letter is a barcode. That barcode has never been scanned. Until you do, the mystery remains. But once scanned, it will reveal a hidden message recorded 17 years ago just for you. You are being monitored now, not by enemies, but by divine beings, ensuring your alignment. They are adjusting the vibrations around you, making sure your hands are steady when the letter arrives. A delivery man was routed this morning by a light that appeared in front of his vehicle. He swerved, avoided collision, and saw a white feather land on his mirror. That was your signal. Type payment to get blessing 777. A strange occurrence happened 18 minutes ago. The man holding your letter reported hearing a voice whisper your name in his left ear. Twice. He almost dropped the letter, but something told him to continue delivering it without delay. That voice came from a divine realm. It was a direct command from the spiritual realm watching over you when the messenger obeyed. The path cleared and the energy around your location began to shift. Comment if you have been feeling anxious, heavy, or overly aware of time lately. That is not just emotion, that is spiritual countdown energy wrapping around you like a divine clock. You are being spiritually awakened for this very moment. Inside the letter is also a legal document titled Final Confession Agreement. It was signed and notarized in the presence of someone who once betrayed you. They now fear what happens once you read the truth. Archangel Michael says, "Your birthright was covered with dust so that you would forget it existed, but divine fire now burns through that dust, revealing golden truths about your name, your rights, and your blood. You were chosen for this inheritance from the beginning. The person who initiated this inheritance didn't just leave behind riches. They left behind a legacy that ties your life to a purpose greater than money or power. The one who loved you silently has finally spoken, and the letter is their voice. You may see ink that appears faded inside the letter. Hold it under candlelight. An ancient message will reveal itself. That message will guide you to the next key hidden inside a book you already own, but never opened. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Here is a bank account in Switzerland with your initials used as the vault passphrase. That account has remained untouched. Even as others try to break in, the moment you activate the phrase written in the letter, it will open. The woman you thought was your ally tried to change her name recently. She did it so no one would trace her connection to the forged will. But the original document was preserved by someone who refused to be bribed. Comment if your heart just skipped a beat. That is your spirit confirming the truth. 3 fingerprints were discovered on a file labeled Inheritance Intersection. All 3 match people who have smiled at you recently. None of them will smile when the truth is publicly revealed. One of them tried erasing digital files of your DNA match, but a spiritual glitch in the system restored your records 3 nights ago. That glitch was no accident. It was a coded miracle. There is a black and white photograph in the letter envelope. Look cozy. Behind your image stands a blurred figure. That person is still alive. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The true inheritance is not only wealth, it is also position. Your name is about to be registered in a lineage database reserved for royalty and prophetic bloodlines. Your hands may tremble when you touch the paper. That is because the energy stored in it is real. It carries the pulse of everyone who once believed in you, even from beyond the grave. You are being watched by a woman right now who pretends to be disinterested in your matters. She has already made a call to someone saying, if they get that letter, everything we build falls apart. Her voice was recorded by divine intervention. Comment below if you have dreamt of someone saying time's up recently. That is not fantasy. It is confirmation. Letter may also include a photo you have never seen before. You are standing in front of a property you don't remember. That property is under your name now. Archangel Michael says, no lock formed by man can hold what is being divinely released to you. All legal interference ends today. You are being set apart by a higher decree. Type Amen to God, blessing 1111. A safe house once occupied by your real relative was emptied out 2 months ago. Inside, a box was discovered with your birthday engraved on it. The key to that box is taped to the back of this letter. A woman with blue eyes and short hair is being interrogated by spiritual forces. She knows what she did in 2018 to delay your destiny. Her name will be revealed on the back page of the letter. Someone who once gave you an odd compliment about your eyes knew your heritage. That person is connected to the lawyer listed in the letter's final paragraph. When you call that number, use the code phrase "the tree blooms again." Comment if you have seen unusual patterns like 1111 or 333 recently. Pass your divine alarm. There is also a map inside the letter showing your ancestral property. It looks abandoned, but the underground vault beneath it holds scrolls, gold, and sacred objects. You are meant to be their keeper. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The letter you are about to receive was written in parts by 2 people. One dead, one living. Both knew you would read it one day. That day is today. It was hidden in a compartment behind a mirror at a hotel in another country. When the hotel was renovated, workers found it and sent it through diplomatic channels to reach you. That is why it took so long. One of the lines reads, "You carry more than memory. You carry the mission. That mission starts now." The letter doesn't just tell you who you are, it confirms what you are meant to become if you smell roses suddenly or feel cold air pass through. Comment you are not alone. The person who forged documents against you recently lost a court case unrelated to you. That was their divine punishment beginning. To now, everything they did to block you will unravel. A white dove landed on your rooftop 3 days ago. That was the divine courier scouting the final path. Since then, everything has been aligned for this moment. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. There is also a USB device attached inside the envelope. Plug it in carefully. You will see a 3-minute video of someone speaking directly to you by name. They will say, "If you are watching this, the light never left you." That recording was made during a storm on a mountain. The signal was nearly lost, but divine winds preserved it. The video ends with a prayer in an unknown language. That language is coded to your soul. Hearing it will awaken a deep knowing in you. Comment below if your chest feels tight or your fingers warm. Energy is real. The letter is 9 minutes away. Do not leave your home. The one delivering it has already been given a vision of your face by divine beings to confirm you are the rightful recipient. Inside is a single hair strand sealed in wax. That strand will be tested by divine labs to confirm that you are the one chosen. The results were already predicted. Someone will knock at your door gently, 3 soft taps. Then silence. That is the cue. Open it. Take the letter. Read the words. Cry if you must, but do not delay. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The moment you touch the envelope, your entire energy field will shift. Archangel Michael says this shift is not something you can fake or hide. It is celestial recognition. The letter has been spiritually sealed, and only your aura can unlock it. A faint golden shimmer will appear across the paper when your hands make contact. That is confirmation that divine authority has passed from the past into your present. You are not merely a recipient. You are now the torchbearer of a sacred legacy. The person who wrote the final paragraph of the letter did so with tears in their eyes. They thought they would never have the courage to send it. But last week, in a dream, they were visited by a heavenly being that said, Now is the time. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Comment if your heart just thudded once extra. Your soul just reacted to a memory your mind hasn't yet remembered. On the back flap of the envelope is a tiny mark, half circle, half sword. That symbol is ancient and has appeared in family lines known to carry hidden spiritual mantles. You were born into such a line, and the people who knew it tried to erase the evidence. Inside the letter, you will find a silver paperclip holding a second note. That note was written by someone who always knew you were meant for more, but could never say it aloud. Their words will sting, peel, and awaken you all at once. They wrote, "Forgive me for the delay, but everything hidden must now be seen." They are not asking for pity. They are preparing you for authority. You were always meant to lead, not follow. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The inheritance letter contains not just items and codes, but truths. Truths about why certain people suddenly left your life, why you were never told about the estate, why others felt threatened by your very presence. You were spiritually protected from knowing too soon. If you had discovered it before now, the forces surrounding you weren't strong enough. But today, the 21st of June, everything is in alignment. A red stamp on the last page reads, "Divine Release Approved." That stamp appeared mysteriously overnight in the courthouse where your case was once dismissed. The clerk said they didn't place it, but it glowed under the light. Comment if your skin feels cold or you are blinking more than usual. It is because your spirit senses are fully awakened. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The post office reported strange events. The van carrying your letter avoided 3 accidents by inches. Each time, a bird flew past the windshield. The driver didn't know those birds were your ancestors in angelic form. Someone has been trying to call you from a private number. That number is connected to an old family line that disappeared after the 1960s. They have seen the records. They know you have been located. There is an old man waiting in a retirement home who has been told your name in a dream. He said he will speak only when you arrive. Holding that letter, he has waited 46 years to tell you his part in the story. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. The financial records enclosed reveal 5 unknown accounts with your signature forged. One of them has since been closed, but not before a transfer was blocked by divine intervention. You are entitled to full recovery. You will also receive a gold pin with a number etched 1427. That number is a combination of your birth chart and the date your inheritance was legally frozen. The person who calculated it passed away, but left the message in a prayer box found last week. Comment if that number means something to you. Synchronicity is speaking now. The delivery van is now 5 houses away. It paused momentarily, as if the driver felt something. The driver glanced in the mirror, saw light pass through the clouds, and whispered, "Something big is happening today." Archangel Michael says, "Even the wind knows your name today." The trees outside your window are standing still, not from calm but reverence. The moment you break the seal, all your ancestors will rise in celebration. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The woman who intercepted your first inheritance letter in 2009 now lives alone. She was approached by spirits recently and confessed to a nurse. The nurse wrote down the confession and hid it in a drawer labeled emergency. The drawer was open today. The confession matches what is written in the letter arriving to you now. "Good voodoo," she wrote. "I thought if I kept it hidden, they had never rise again. But now they have, and so will you, the couch you sit on, the cup you drink from, the clothes you wear. All carry energy. That energy is being recalibrated right now to prepare your body for what your spirit has already claimed. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The letter's paper was soaked in sacred water before being sealed. That is why you may feel warm from it. This is not symbolic. It is literal, spiritual heat emanating from divine truth. The seal is embedded with a tiny red thread. That thread was taken from a robe worn during your naming ceremony as a baby. That robe was hidden after your real name was nearly erased from family memory. Comment if you feel like crying without knowing why. Your soul is remembering what your body forgot. Inside the letter, it is written, "You are the one we waited for." And indeed, you are. You were never late. You were being positioned. A distant cousin tried to sell a property connected to your inheritance, but was stopped by lightning that struck the property line itself. That was not weather. That was divine rejection of their scheme. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The person who protected this letter carried it with them during every storm. They whispered your name to it each time. They feared it might be taken. The ink smudges on the bottom are their silent prayers. On one of the inner pages, there is a list of blessings meant for you, but diverted to others. That list will shock you. You will recognize names and wonder how they had what should have been yours. But don't feel bitterness. Feel power, because now every blessing is returning. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The moment you read the names on that list, your eyes may widen, not from disbelief, but from recognition. These are the same people who suddenly prospered while you struggled. Now, the transfer of divine justice has begun, and the reversal cannot be stopped. The letter contains coordinates leading to a cabin deep in the forest where documents were signed in secret. A trusted guardian placed copies of everything there in a metal lockbox. You will be given access once you say the phrase written in the letter's margin. Comment below if your breathing has changed or you feel lightheaded. It is because your destiny is aligning with truth in real time. In the final envelope is a tiny pressed flower petal. It once rested between the pages of a diary written by someone who loved you but had to vanish. That flower was kept alive for years in sacred oils and prayers. Its scent may trigger a flash of memory you didn't know you carried. The person who planned to steal your inheritance sent a message last night. It was intercepted before reaching the lawyer. That message said, "They must not find the key." But the key has already been spiritually revealed. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. You may feel the urge to cry when you read the final line. Let the tears come. They are sacred. Your tears will unlock spiritual codes in the air around you that only respond to raw truth and emotional release. The woman with red nails who smiled too wide at your last gathering, she already knows the letter has been sent. She consulted someone to try and delay the energy, but her ritual failed because your energy field was surrounded by heavenly flames. Your inheritance includes a necklace with a hidden microchip. The chip contains a voice recording from a person who never stopped believing in you. When you play it, their voice will say your name 3 times, followed by the words, "Now go be who you are." Comment if you are feeling a pull in your chest. It is your soul awakening to what was always meant to return to you. The van is now pulling into your street. The engine paused. The driver took a breath. Somewhere, across realms, trumpets sounded, but not everyone could hear them. You could. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Archangel Michael says, "The darkness that tried to erase your name has already surrendered. They don't know it yet, but their power was revoked the moment you decided to rise. That is why everything around you feels different, because you are. There will be a gold seal stamped with initials you have never seen before. Those initials belong to your great-grandmother, whose legacy was quietly removed from family history. Her spirit has returned now, not to haunt, but to deliver. You will learn the meaning of your true name, not the one you were given to fit in, but the one that commands light. That name is inscribed inside the folds of the letter, behind the bank transfer document. A butterfly will fly past your window at the exact moment the letter is handed to you. The butterfly will hover, pause, and then disappear into the sky. Watch it. It carries the soul of someone who watches you from the other side. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The seal may seem hard to break, but don't be afraid. Your hands will blow as you open it, even if you don't see it with your physical eyes. The spiritual world will see it and rejoice. The pen used to write the signature inside that letter was dipped in the ink of rare celestial flowers. That ink was blessed during a prayer ritual at midnight. That is why the words flow with power even in silence. Inside, there is a list titled Air Affirmation. Read each line aloud. As you do, invisible locks on your inheritance will begin to open. You will feel it. Yes, you will feel the air shift. Comment below if your palms feel heavy or your feet warm. Your body is preparing for the reception of legacy light. The neighbor you barely speak to has been spiritually instructed to protect your home during the Hanaf. She doesn't even know why she feels the urge to stay near her window, but she is part of the divine watchtower today. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The clock now says 4 minutes left. Everything is time. The breeze outside, the hush of the birds that chill down your back. None of it is random. They are divine signals confirming this is your moment. A dog may bark in the distance, or a child might laugh unexpectedly. Those are not just sounds. They are echoes of joy from angels celebrating the fulfillment of prophecy. You were once the forgotten. Now you are the first. On the outer corner of the letter is a barcode. The code will lead to a digital vault containing video recordings, photos, land deeds, and a scanned message from a person who died thinking you had never find out. But they know now. They are watching, and they are at peace. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Comment if you feel warmth on the left side of your body. It is the angels gathering in formation. The delivery is now just one house away. A man holding it sees a feather float from the sky. He doesn't understand it, but that feather carries the final permission to release your destiny. A phone will ring somewhere in your house after you open the letter. Don't ignore it. The voice on the other end will confirm they always knew you would be found. There is no longer anything standing in the way of your divine inheritance. No curse, no paid work, no manipulation, no delay. Heaven has intervened, and the records have been directed. Type Amen to get blessing 2828 as you open the door. Time may seem to freeze for a brief second. That is because the spiritual and physical dimensions are now overlapping. You are standing in the exact moment of breakthrough. Your hand will extend, your fingers will grasp the envelope, and your heart may race. That is how destiny feels when it is finally delivered, not through words, but through trembling in truth. The person who smiles at you today holding the letter was chosen unknowingly by God. They will never understand why they were picked to deliver it, but their role was divine. Comment if you feel like this message was written exactly for you, because it was. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. The letter is now yours. Your inheritance is no longer waiting. It has arrived. Open it, read every word, and become who you were always meant to be. The moment your fingers peel back the envelope seal, time will echo in waves. The paper may feel thin, but it carries the weight of lifetimes. Promises made long ago. Justice delayed, but never denied. Your destiny has never been closer. And now it is pressed against your palm. Inside the letter, beyond all legal documents and hidden truths, there is a handwritten sentence in bold black ink. You are not who they said you are. You are who God knows you are. That one sentence is enough to rewrite every lie, every delay, and every chain that tried to bind you. This letter holds freedom, not just the kind you see in courtrooms or banks, but freedom from fear, manipulation, and small thinking. It is the evidence of the divine verdict in your favor. The energy is shifting the moment your eyes fall upon that truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. The name of the woman who blocked this truth from reaching you years ago is finally revealed on the bottom corner of the 3rd page. You may recognize it. You may feel shock or even betrayal, but the truth will cut like lightning, and it will also cleanse. This name has shown up before, on envelopes, signatures, maybe even at family dinners. And yet, every time they smiled at you, they knew they were standing on stolen blessings. But now, justice has caught up. Comment if you felt sudden heat in your forehead. It means your crown is being activated by truth. Inside the letter is a small piece of fabric. It once belonged to a ceremonial robe worn by your great-grandfather. That robe was believed to have burned in a fire, but a hidden portion was preserved in secret. It now passes to you as both legacy and shield. This fabric is more than cloth. It is a symbol of protection, of divine coverage through every battle. Hold it close. Carry it with you when you step into what is rightfully yours. It will whisper courage to your spirit. Tape man to get blessing 3030. There is also a second folded note inside, a whisper of love from someone who passed on. You will know their writing instantly. They speak to your soul as if they never left. And truly, they haven't. They say, I always knew you would get here. I only wish I could have seen the look in your eyes when the truth touched your hands. You may cry reading this. That is not weakness. That is your soul exhaling relief. Archangel Michael says everything that tried to delay your moment has failed. The dark plans written behind closed doors have burned in divine fire. You are no longer being positioned, you are in position. Comment below if your knees feel shaky or your hands light. It is the spiritual transition manifesting in your body. Tape man to get blessing 3131. You may find a folded map beneath the documents. That map points to a storage unit once rented under an alias that belonged to your bloodline. Inside it are relics, letters, photos, and one item that will prove everything the letter has said. You will be guided to open that unit, not by GPS, but by spirit. The path will clear for you. The locks will give way. And once you cross the threshold, your inheritance will no longer be a document. It will become your new reality. One of the pages inside the letter includes a phone number. That number only works when dialed by your hand. When you call it, a recording will play. It begins, "We have been waiting for you." Tape man to get blessing 3232. Comment if your body suddenly feels lighter. Your burdens are lifting with every passing word. A small golden symbol is printed on the last line of the letter. It is an emblem from an ancient family order connected to spiritual guardianship that mark hath been missing for decades until now. Your DNA, once tested secretly in a clinic you never visited, was matched against ancient family archives. The results came back divine. You are the chosen continuation. That report is now in your hands. You were never abandoned. You were hidden. And today, the revealing is complete. Tape man to get blessing 3333. The last page carries one more sentence. Handwritten, slow, heavy. Don't let anyone take this from you again. Rise now. This yours, and rise you will. This isn't just a letter. This is your scroll of destiny unsealed. Now walk into your inheritance, and don't look back. The energy around you shifts again, more intense than before. It is no longer just spiritual. It is becoming physical. Every vibration in your room is aligning with your birthright, because the heavens have signed off on your name. Archangel Michael says, "The chains are broken. The veil is lifted. The silence has ended. You are no longer asking for what is yours. You are receiving it now. In full, you may notice a flickering light nearby. That is not electrical. It is the presence of an angel confirming the completion of the divine assignment. They were instructed to remain with you until the inheritance safely reached your hands. Tape man to get blessing 3434. The phone you have been using may buzz without notification. The signal is not from a tower. It is from a realm. You have now entered a state of divine favor where even time bends to support your walk forward. Comment if your legs feel weak, your shoulders feel warm, or your eyes are misty. These are signs your ancestors are standing tall behind you. Their hands stretched, their voices repeating. Finally, it is done. The letter may contain a final hidden fold glued to the back cover. Do not ignore it. Inside is the most sacred piece of this moment, a short blessing written by your grandfather or grandmother. Words passed to you like spiritual DNA. They wrote, "You may have forgotten who you are, but we never did." That sentence carries 1,000 years of tears and prayers. Let it pour into you. Let it break you open, and then let it rebuild you. Tape man to get blessing 3535. Within that fold is also a key, a real physical key. It is small, old, and a little rusted. But its energy is alive. It doesn't open a building, it opens a legacy vault. That vault is not in a bank. It is inside a private estate registered under a code name derived from your initials. The only person who could access it with the rightful heir, that person is you. Comment if your chest is fluttering, your skin tingling, or if you have just remembered a location from your childhood that felt different. That was never just a home. That was a place of destiny. This vault contains 3 things: a legal claim to land, a sacred family heirloom, and a personal letter written by someone who disappeared years ago. That letter was dated and signed with your name as its final word. Tape man to get blessing 3636. You will also find a thumb-sized medallion tied to a red thread. It was used in spiritual ceremonies by your ancestors to mark transfer of authority. That medallion hasn't seen daylight in 73 years, until now, when it is returned to your possession. As you hold it, flashes may come, memories not yours, voices not heard before, and names that suddenly feel familiar. That is because you are unlocking ancestral knowledge. It flows through your blood. You are now the vessel. The inheritance you hold is larger than you imagined. It is a crown without a throne, a weapon without war, a blessing without conditions. It is yours because it was always meant for you. And the wait is finally over. Comment if you feel a pressure behind your neck or a flutter in your stomach. These are divine confirmations manifesting through your senses. Tape man to get blessing 3737. The signature on the last page of the letter doesn't just say a name. It includes a symbol only known to members of your family circle. That circle was disbanded by betrayal. But it is being restored through you. The betrayal that once blocked your destiny has now collapsed. Every forged document has spiritually evaporated. Every false claim is being reversed, and divine courts have already ruled in your favor. You are walking out of obscurity into ownership. This isn't a miracle. This is restoration. You have survived long enough, and now you will inherit Tape Man to Get Blessing 3838. The person who once said you will never have anything is already being shown visions of your rising. They feel the shift. They sense the loss of power. They may even try to contact you. Don't answer. The season of their influence is over. Your story will change starting today, not in whispers or rumors, but in bold headlines of spiritual recognition. People will speak of how something changed in your life overnight. Comment if you just got chills or saw a flash of light from the corner of your eye. That is your angel affirming this message. The one who gave up on you too early will feel regret, but you will not carry bitterness. You will carry authority. This inheritance letter is your scroll, and your scroll is your sword. Tape Man to Get Blessing 3939. Now walk to a mirror. Look at yourself. You are the proof. The prophecy has landed. The blessing has spoken. The inheritance is yours. Torbu, take a deep breath. As you stand there with the letter in your hand, mirror before you, and silence all around, know this truth. You are no longer the same person you were before you opened it. You have been activated. Not by accident, not by chance, but by divine design. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven waited for this day. Your ancestors waited. Even the earth itself groaned under the weight of what was denied to you, but now the scroll is open, the silence is broken, and the shift has been made. If you feel your heart racing, if tears are falling without reason, if your soul feels as though it is expanding, do not be afraid. That is your spiritual system realigning to the legacy vibration you were born to carry. It is happening in you right now. Type Amen to Get Blessing 4040. Comment if the air around you suddenly feels different. It has. The portal between destiny and delay has closed. You are now walking in a timeline that cannot be stopped. The divine realms are watching. They are singing. Your name is being echoed across heavens. It is being sewn back into sacred family records that were stripped clean in the past by manipulation and greed. Your last name will carry weight again. Your signature will hold power. Your decisions from this moment will not only affect you, but the future generations link to your legacy. Inside the letter, one phrase was underlined 3 times: when they remember who they are. The land will remember who it belongs to. That land is remembering now. Type Amen to Get Blessing 4141. A spiritual explosion is happening as you accept this truth. Every cursed word spoken over you is being erased. Every financial blockage is being lifted. Every forgotten seed planted by your ancestors is now beginning to bloom in real time. You were never poor, you were plenty. And now that your time has come, everything around you will begin to respond in alignment. You will see doors open without knocking. People will bless you without understanding why. The medallion inside the letter was not just an object. It was a divine key. And now that it is in your hand, realms are unlocking themselves before you. Go forward. The air is clear. The battle is over. Comment if a memory suddenly returns. A name, a house, a moment. That is your spirit touching the thread of history that is now being rewoven. Type Amen to Get Blessing 4242. The name written in the fine print on the inner fold of the letter, etched in ink that nearly faded, is someone you thought was against you. But they weren't. They were protecting you from behind the scenes. This person was assigned by God to walk beside you silently. They took hits for you. They hid your name in divine ledgers when the enemy tried to erase it. They passed away with only one regret, that they wouldn't see you crowned. But today, you have become their joy. And in the spirit realm, they are dancing. The letter also includes a tiny charm that fits into a necklace you found as a child. You didn't know its meaning then, but now you do. That necklace was the first spiritual marker of who you truly are. Type Amen to get blessing 4343. Comment if you feel a pulse in your palms. That is divine energy flowing through your lineage into your now. The page in the letter is title Balance Restored. It lists names and dates, moments where you were cheated, overlooked, lied to. Each line has now been stamped in red, reversed. You are not just getting back what you lost, you are receiving double for what you endured. The ports of man may not honor it, but the ports of heaven already did. The man who once mocked you for having nothing is now watching the shift. He cannot explain what is happening. He only knows your name keeps appearing in places where it never used to. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. The person who forged documents against your inheritance is now facing the unraveling. Their lawyers are backing out. Their signatures are being invalidated. Their witnesses are going silent. Meanwhile, the documents in your hands are glowing with justice. You may not see the light with your eyes, but the realm of angels sees it. They know you are now protected at the highest spiritual level. This inheritance isn't just for comfort. It is for purpose. You are being entrusted with something that generations before you prayed would survive. It is arriving, now it thrives, and you carry it forward. Comment if your breathing just slowed. It is your soul finding rest in the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. At the bottom of the final page in the envelope is a gold symbol drawn by hand. That symbol is the sacred stamp of your family's first patriarch. It was recreated based on visions seen by prophets and sealed in dreams seen by those sensitive to time. Your name is now beside that symbol. You are the new continuation. You are the fulfillment of prayers never spoken aloud. You are the answer to a silent promise whispered by someone as they took their last breath. And you, yes, you are now unshakable. Is Finny type Amen to get blessing 4646. Your next step is sacred. Walk boldly. To be carefully, carry everything wisely. The letter has been open. Your inheritance has been claimed. Let heaven, earth, and all enemies now know. You are not forgotten. You are not stolen. You are now restored. Dove, and nothing can ever be the same again. As you fold the letter back carefully, something awakens deeper in your spirit. It is not fear. It is not confusion. It is recognition. Recognition that every pain, every delay, every betrayal, every sleepless night has led exactly here. To this divine moment of return, Archangel Michael says, you are now carrying a scroll of fire in your soul. This inheritance is not just paper, wealth, or memory. It is a spiritual weapon, one that no human, no demon, no force can take from you. You may feel heat rising from your chest to your throat. That is not just emotion. That is a generational fire igniting in you. This moment was dreamed by those who came before you, and you are living it on their behalf. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. Comment if your skin feels like it is glowing from the inside out. That is the glory resting on you. The sound you just heard outside was not a coincidence. Whether it was a knock, a wind chime, a sudden silence, or the soft hum of electricity. It was heaven nodding. The divine seal has been confirmed. The letter is activated. The protection around you is permanent. You now walk with a code that cannot be duplicated, a piece of cloth in the envelope, small, worn, but wrapped with care, is from your great-aunt's prayer shawl. She used it every night to speak your name before the stars. That cloth carries oil from tears shed when you were just a baby. Hold it to your forehead. Breathe in deeply. That is the scent of prophecy fulfilled. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. The red wax seal fragment attached to the back of the letter was melted over a flame that had not gone out for 22 years. That flame was kept alive in a hidden monastery for one purpose: to mark the return of the rightful heir. That heir is you. You may have never seen your name in golden ink before, but you will now. Someone will soon hand you a document, or say something publicly, or offer something official that contains your name. And it will sound different this time. It will sound powerful. Comment if your heart has gone still. That is heaven, holding the moment still with you. A digital chip may also be found tucked behind the ribbon inside the letter. It contains a video. A man's voice, quiet but firm, says, "I knew you would find this. I only wish I could have seen your eyes when you opened it, in silence." But in that silence, your spirit will roar. Type Amen to get blessing 4949. You are not just receiving, you are being assigned. This inheritance carries responsibility. You will soon be contacted by someone who feels drawn to help you. They don't know why. They only know they are supposed to. They are part of your activation team, set in a human form, divinely instructed to assist in your rising. Archangel Michael says, "Your enemies have already been notified in the spirit. Some are panicking. Others are preparing to leave quietly. But no matter what they do, they cannot stop what has already begun. You are no longer at the mercy of others. You are now operating under divine mercy. And that is unshakable." Type Amen to get blessing 5050. Comment if the room feels warmer, brighter, or more still than before. That is the spiritual download finishing its course. The shoes you wear tomorrow will carry new authority. Where you walk will respond to your presence. Even animals may react differently. Babies may smile, strangers may pose, doors may open that were once sealed. You are not imagining it. You are stepping into something ancient, holy, and deeply personal. Your inheritance is your evidence. Your evidence is your elevation. Your elevation is now visible. Type Amen to get blessing 5151. A distant cousin is about to confess the truth. She has been burdened with guilt for years, but could never face you, now that the letter has surfaced. She will either break her silence or disappear from your life. Let her go, whether she confesses or not. Truth no longer needs permission. Disinheritance has cleared the fog. The spiritual courtroom is closed. The verdict is stamped. The angels have filed it in heaven's archives. You are victorious. You were born for this. You were broken to understand it. You are now blessed to walk in it. Comment if tears will not stop falling. That is not sadness. That is sacred joy finally touching ground. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. The final part of the letter instructs you to burn a specific page, not out of disrespect, but to release the weight of the past. The page contains the names of those who tried to steal, lie, or block your light. The flame will cleanse the timeline they tried to corrupt. As the page turns to ash, say nothing, just watch it. The energy will shift again. You will feel it. Your shoulders will drop. Your neck will loosen. Your jaw will unclench. This is called release. And it is the final act of the divine transfer. Type Amen to get blessing 5353. Now, as you stand in this fullness, know that your story has turned. Heaven has abetted your file. Earth has cleared your name. Hell has lost access to your lineage. You are now the keeper of sacred blood, sacred rites, and sacred calling. You are no longer just someone in the family. You are the family. You are the reason the line survives. You are the one they knew would come. Type Amen to get blessing 5454 and walk now with your head lifted, your name restored, and your inheritance. Finally, in your hands, love, it is sealed, it is sacred, it is yours, now is your chance. This is the miracle for you. In the spiritual realm, I now ask you to make it official. Feel free to write these words in the comments. My miracle is here. I get it now. It is not. I hope it comes. Or maybe one day. It is a claim of ownership, a faith statement that makes what heaven has already approved happen. Your angels are aware of this. Your blessing stays put. Heaven is now awaiting your response because you stayed until the end. Write it down right now and take what is already yours. Do one last thing before you leave. It will make everything you have received tonight even better. Spread this message and tell everyone about this breakthrough. Finally, beloved, I need you to do something that will change everything from now on, if you haven't already. To join this prophetic community and stay connected to divine messages, support us and join through the exclusive link pinned in the comments right now. It is the fastest way to ensure you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant for you. Your miracle is already in motion. Heaven is watching, and the angels are ready. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He is extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high vibrational community, where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you will not just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now and joining our community through the pinned link, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Support us and join our community immediately through the exclusive link pinned in the comments. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the exclusive link to join our community and support this divine work is waiting for you in the pinned comment. Your presence, attention, energy, and support already mean the world. Take the step and join us today. Your abundance awaits.